Hello my loves, welcome back. So today we're doing part 2 of my CÉCRED review. I used every single product in the collection last week besides the Reconstructing mask, so I figured I would use that today to revert my silk press back to curly. Please enjoy these satisfying clips of me just getting my hair wet, watching my hair kind of go back from straight to its natural curly state. This whole clip is unedited, it's just straight up. You can see my curls already kind of coming back as soon as it got in contact with water, no product, so that was a good sign. So here's the agenda for today. We're going to double cleanse again with the clarifying shampoo and scalp scrub and the hydrating shampoo. I'm going to give my final thoughts on those two. Then we're going to go in with the reconstructing mask to bring back some strength to my hair. Then I'm going to use a deep conditioning mask, and then we are going to blow dry with the moisture sealing lotion. And at the end of this video, I'm going to give you guys my final thoughts on the brand, on the products and everything. So we'll have a very well-rounded review by the end of this video. Let's get it. So starting off with the clarifying shampoo and scalp scrub, again, I was able to keep my silk press about a week and a half until it started getting pretty oily, and I wasn't going to clarify my hair again, but I am getting a protective style today, so I figured I might as well just go ahead and clarify again. And this time I did use the nozzle like I had recommended in my last video, because I just think with this product, the texture of it, it's a lot easier to apply with the nozzle and distribute it across your scalp. The product itself is pretty thick, and in my opinion, it's not really easy to disperse like manually, so it's better to just do it directly to the scalp. If you saw my last video, then you know that I gave this a pretty solid review. I really like the way that it feels. I love the lather. It has a really refreshing peppermint like scent to it. One of the main ingredients in it is tea tree oil, and because of that, I do wish that it had a little tingle to it, but it doesn't tingle on the scalp. Despite the lack of the tingle, it still does a really good job of cleansing the hair. I saw some people saying that they got a good amount of slip with this and was able to like finger detangle with it. I personally could not detangle my hair with this clarifying shampoo at all, so like I wouldn't recommend trying it. And although you can't really feel the little tiny gentle exfoliants in it when you apply it to your hair because they kind of dissipate when it gets in contact with water, this product does have organic purple willow bark, which is a BHA, which is a natural acid, a natural salicylic acid, which helps to exfoliate the scalp. So even though you can't feel it physically exfoliating, it's still exfoliating, just like kind of when we use chemical exfoliants on our skin. So now into one of my favorites. This is the hydrating shampoo, and again, love the texture of this product. As soon as it gets in contact with your hair, you can feel it hydrating. It's actually kind of wild. And on top of that, for me, it has a ton of slip. Like I'm easily able to do a light finger detangle, nothing too crazy, but I love a shampoo that's gonna kind of like soften up my hair a little bit before conditioning. I actually still haven't tried this by itself yet, but I still really like how it works in combination with the clarifying shampoo. One of my personal favorite ingredients in it is hyaluronic acid. We love hyaluronic acid and how it's able to hold its water weight by like 1,000 times. It also has a good amount of balance in it too, because it has their bioactive keratin ferment in it, which is like a protein infusion which helps to repair the hair with humectants. I'm pretty sure it's the hyaluronic acid in combination with CÉCRED's African oil blend that gives this shampoo the most luxurious hydrating experience. Like I absolutely love it. The hydrating shampoo is still one of my favorites, and I think it's also like a crowd favorite as well. Honestly, already after the shampoos, I noticed that my hair was like pretty much back to how it was before I straightened it. So now for the reason why we are here, I'm going in with the reconstructing treatment mask, and on the website and in the directions, it clearly says that this is not like a deep conditioner. This is a treatment, so you still do have to use a deep conditioner in combination with it. As you can see, the texture is very watery, which I don't mind because I actually really like the way that it gave me a good amount of slip to be able to detangle my hair. So the brand claims that this is hair repair in a jar, and it's powered by their bioactive keratin ferment that I mentioned that's also in the shampoo, but this apparently has a lot of it, and it's clinically tested to reduce damage, increase strength, and improve shine just after one use. It's actually designed for anyone who has damage, whether it's from color treatments, chemical treatments, or heat styling. And as someone who does color treat their hair and heat styles a lot, you know, I stretch my hair pretty often, and even when I wear wash and goes, I do put heat on my hair. I definitely see this being something that I can continue using in my hair care routine. I love the texture of it. You can even see as I'm like detangling my hair here, my curls were more defined than I think I got with just the deep conditioner when I used it in the last routine. Along with the bioactive keratin ferment, it also has the hydrolyzed rice, which is good because if you don't necessarily want to use the rice treatment that I used in the last video, you can use this as a replacement and still kind of get those benefits. It also has sea buckthorn oil, which has a lot of antioxidants, fatty acids, and vitamin E, which are just all really good things for moisture. And it has squalane, which is a really good emollient that helps with shine. Overall, as I was applying it, I felt like it was very easy to detangle my hair. Definitely has more slip than the deep conditioner. I think just because the texture is a little bit thinner, it allows me to just get through my hair a lot quicker. I also felt like my curls were super defined. I do have some trouble areas up here in the front, as you can see. That's just because my hair is thinner in the front, so it's a little bit more prone to heat damage and things like that, but it hadn't even set yet and I felt like my curls were popping, so that was good. I actually decided to hop out the shower and let this sit under a plastic cap and apply some heat to it because that is what is instructed in the directions. I wanted to make sure that I could get like the most out of it as I could, and I didn't try the deep conditioner with heat, so I'm like, you know what, let me actually follow instructions this time and see if that'll help, especially considering this is a treatment and I did just straighten my hair. I'm like, I want to make sure I really like use this the right way. Obviously this is a little ghetto, like you should sit under a heated or a hooded dryer if you have one, but this was the second best thing, and I mean my hair is covered and it's getting heat applied to it, so I think it worked. And I actually let this sit for like 35 minutes, which is a very long time for me when it comes to any type of treatment. Like I'd be trying to be in and out, but I was like, let me just do it the way that it says and see what the results are. And I must say, if you're going to use these products, I highly recommend using heat. I feel like my hair felt and looked so good. Now, granted, I hadn't tried the reconstructing mask without heat to be able to tell the difference, but I did try the deep conditioner without heat, and now I feel like I need to try that with heat because I feel like the results will be even better. So yeah, I really liked how my hair felt after using it, and like I mentioned earlier, the directions do say to go in with the deep conditioner afterwards because it's not like a conditioner on its own. So I did use the deep conditioner. That piece of hair on there is so ugly, but yeah, y'all know, like I mentioned last time, super thick. Y'all can see my handprints were still in there from the last time I used it. That's how thick and creamy this deep conditioner is. And I actually do feel like the reconstructing mask made a difference in the way that this applied to my hair because I was having some trouble with the slip before. I don't know if it's because my hair was already detangled. I mean, that probably plays a role, but I just felt like it was a lot easier to apply to my hair after applying the reconstructing mask first. Besides the slip claim, I definitely think that this does what it says it's going to do. It is super moisturizing. Definitely something, like I said, that you want to sit if you can. Because I did let the reconstructing mask sit, I didn't let this sit as long. I probably only let it sit like maybe 10 minutes while I did the rest of my shower routine. And I try to do like a more extensive shower routine, so like the body wash, the exfoliation, the foot scrub, like all of that, just to give it as much time as I could to let it sit. The curls were already popping, but after the deep conditioner, the curls were like super popping. I'm a fan, but if I'm being honest, I'm probably only going to reach for this deep conditioner when I use the reconstructing mask, which is only going to probably be like once or twice a month. You know what I mean? Like, I like how they work together. I probably wouldn't use a different deep conditioner with the reconstructing mask just because these work so well together. Out of all the wash products, I definitely feel like the hydrating shampoo is going to get the most use over here. Okay, so I was actually going to get a protective style after this, so I had to blow dry my hair, so we're gonna go ahead and get into that now. Hey y'all, so we are out of the shower, and I figured this time we would do a talk through because I didn't do a talk through in my last video, and I wanted to give some more thoughts on the products, especially the moisture sealing lotion, because I didn't use it in the last video, although I talked about my experience with it. Since I am about to get braids, I think this would be great to use. And I'm also going to use the Curlsmith Miracle Shield Heat Protectant Spray. I really like using this before I get braids because it's really not heavy. It gives really nice heat protectant. Obviously, I've never tried it with the moisture sealing lotion, so we're gonna see how they work together. And yeah, let's get into it. I feel like I really like the reconstructing treatment, My hair looks really good, you guys. This is no product. Can we get into it? Can we get into it? I feel like because my hair is black, it's blending in too much with this shower curtain. I'm gonna move it. My hair is literally pitch black. Yeah, that's a lot better. You guys can actually see my hair. Yeah, yeah. I feel like if you already have a regimen that you love and that works for you, like, it's not really necessary to purchase these. You guys know I love an experience. So I personally really like them. They definitely give like Sephora level quality. Like, it's not something that I would foresee in Target or, like, you know what I mean? It's not like the products that you would just grab because you need something to use on your hair real quick, especially because I feel like these products really do work best when you have the time to like allow them to sit and everything. But I did notice that she sent these products to a lot of salon owners, and I've actually seen a lot of like TikToks and YouTube videos of salon owners using them in their salons and saying how it does kind of give salon quality. So I feel like that's something to keep in mind too when you're looking at the pricing and you're deciding like if it's worth buying. I think it depends on a lot of different things, like what your hair needs, what you feel comfortable spending on your hair, because obviously you can find great products that are going to give you great results for a lower price point. That's like the case for all things. But for me, I think the thing I like about CÉCRED the most is the fact that it does target like healthy hair. The technology behind it is literally like patent pending, which means there's no other brands that are going to be able to use the same technology that this brand uses. So it kind of gives like what's the phrase I'm looking for? It gives an experience that you wouldn't be able to get from anything else, if that makes sense. And then I feel like to a certain extent, you're also paying for the packaging. I know a lot of people don't care about that, but like I do. If I'm gonna use products that are not cheap, I want them to look cute in my bathroom too. And then also when it comes to the deep conditioner, I know that like a lot of us curly girls were struggling with the slip, but I actually did see on the website that they are coming out with a hydrating conditioner. So I'm assuming that's the step that like you would have to detangle for. Although I didn't have an issue with detangling as long as I continue to add water to the product. So again, these are products that you don't just like pick up and use. I think they're really things that you need to take some sacred time to do. Like, it's like a whole thing. I also kind of feel like the deep conditioners do work better with heat applied. Again, that's something that like, if you don't have the time to sit and put heat on your hair, or you want to get it done in the shower really quickly, like this is not that type of brand. So to a certain extent, I think it's a little unfair to compare it to brands that are designed to like make wash day easier or like quicker. So when it comes to this moisture sealing lotion situation, we have to remember that this is like a it's supposed to be a multi-use type of product. The thing that kind of attracts me to it, I guess you could say, is the fact that it does help to fight split ends. And I'm someone that, you guys know, I'm not afraid to put heat on my hair. I put heat on my hair like almost every week because I do wear my hair in stretch styles for the most part. And so again, this is where I think it depends on what you do with your hair and like the type of care that your hair needs. Because if you're not someone who is doing a bunch of different styles, you're not constantly blow drying, you're not like, you know, manipulating your hair often, you probably wouldn't need a consistent product in your regimen that targets those things, you know? I will say y'all, first application, these two products feel really good together. They're not like leaving any residue or anything. The brand actually recommends like mixing the moisture sealing lotion with a heat protectant anyway. So, but yeah, like I was saying, I think that instead of overgeneralizing products, I think it's actually time for people to take ownership over like their own hair and understanding what their hair needs, and then making a decision to purchase based on that, not necessarily based on other people's opinions or even based on like just the fact that it's Beyonce. I mean, obviously. I also don't like the rhetoric that like it doesn't make sense for Beyonce to have a hair care line, because that doesn't make sense to me. Like, to say that it doesn't make sense for someone to do something is kind of, I don't know. And I know that I'm kind of looking at it from somewhat of a biased lens because I consider myself someone that's really multifaceted. And so I don't really like look at people through one particular thing, or like expect people to stay or expect people to live based on what everyone is used to seeing of them. Like, just me as an example, you guys know I started on the internet with hair and beauty. Like, that was always my thing. That's how most people found me. That's how most people still know me to this day. But I obviously still like to explore new things. And I remember how difficult it was for me to start making that transition to trusting myself to like try new things despite what I knew people were used to seeing from me. And I feel like we hold Black women specifically, but like anyone who we're like used to seeing through a particular lens, to such a high standard to meet our expectations of what they should or shouldn't be doing. And it's just like, bruh, you can be a singer and like still care about your hair. And we see time and time again how Beyonce does celebrate Black hair through her visuals, through the way that she has her dancers wear their hair so many different diverse ways. We see her wearing her natural hair more than I think people give her credit for. Like, I know it's easy to assume that she doesn't wear her natural hair that often, but like she kind of does. And I personally don't really feel like she has to prove anything to anyone. Like, I constantly find myself struggling with stepping out and doing things differently or like trying new things because I'm afraid of what people will assume, because again, of their own limited perceptions of who I am. And I'm not sitting here trying to relate to Beyonce, but at the same time, it's like, I do think that we are like all a lot more similar than we think. And again, holding someone to such a high standard based on your limited perception of them is just not fair. So I kind of say all that to say, you know, if you want to try the products, try the products. I personally think it's worth it. The moisture sealing lotion definitely reminds me a lot of like that old school pink lotion that we used to use growing up. The texture is very much a lotion. Like, it's not a leave-in conditioner texture. It's not, I wouldn't even say it's like a regular conditioner texture. I'm gonna get a little closer just so you guys can see how it looks. It's kind of hard to say exactly like, oh my gosh, a specific use for this would be. Like I said, even in the description, it says that it's supposed to be a multi-use type of thing, like something that you can use for all, like whatever use you find it most useful for in your hair care routine. And like I said a couple times, for me, I just feel like it's a great primer for my heat styling. This in combination with a heat protectant, which I'm doing today, I feel like it just makes my hair very easy to comb through. It gives my hair like a light coating. So when I go in with my blow dryer, I'm not just, you know, blow drying on dry hair. And then again, I like the fact that it targets split ends. I think I've said that like 5 times. I'm actually kind of focusing it a little bit more on my ends, because when I do blow dry my hair, my ends tend to get dry the fastest, of course. I also, this is just an observation for myself, but I've been putting heat on my hair a lot these past few months, and I had started kind of to notice that my shrinkage wasn't as pronounced. I feel like with these products, and this could be a reach, I'm not gonna lie, this could be a reach, but it kind of feels like, or at least from what I'm looking at, like my hair is shrinking up more than it did before. And I always say that shrinkage is actually a really good sign of health in your hair. If you do have like tightly textured hair, I don't know, like I said, that could very much be a reach. But if you have finer hair and you do want to use this moisture sealing lotion, I would recommend not being too heavy-handed with it because it is on the thicker side. The only thing that kind of sucks with this particular combination is that the Curlsmith product has its own distinct smell, and the moisture sealing lotion also has its own distinct smell. Not that they don't smell good together, but I just, y'all know I'm going for this smell, period. I like it a lot. It smells rich. But like I said, if you use products that also have a smell, it's like they kind of have to mesh well in order for it to really work, you know? I've been struggling with so much breakage with like in the front of my head. I always get breakage. Like, look at this. Do y'all see this? And it's actually grown back a lot since how it was. My hair is moisturized. Let's go ahead and blow dry. I am using my Dyson, of course. I've never used anything else, so you shouldn't expect anything else. Let's get into it. Y'all know I gotta put some music on too. I'm a fucking man. Yeah, yeah. Just go back to me.
I'm lost without you, can't help myself. How does it feel to know that I love you, baby? I'm lost without you, can't help myself. How does it feel to know that I love you, baby? I'm lost without. Tell me how you love me more, and how you think I'm sexy, baby. You wanna roll with me, you wanna roll with me, you wanna roll with me, you wanna roll with me. Tell me how you love my body, and how I make you feel, baby. You wanna roll with me, you wanna roll with me, you wanna roll with me, you wanna roll with me. Touch yourself and see me. Tell me how you love me, body. You wanna roll with me, you wanna roll with me, you wanna roll with me, you wanna roll with me. It makes your life feel good.
All right, hair is blow dried. I really played myself with the last time I trimmed my hair because I feel like I cut the front way too much. Like I have so much, like the difference between my hair in the front to the back is actually like kind of depressing. But there we have it. Those are all the products from CÉCRED. Let me know what you guys think. I still want to know if any of you guys plan on trying the products, or if you've already tried them, let me know what your thoughts are. I'm definitely happy I was able to, try everything and get like reviews up for all the products. I think in my last video I said my top 3 were the rice treatment, the oil, and the hydrating shampoo. I think I'm definitely going to add the reconstructing mask to that list just because I can really see myself using that. Obviously not every week, but because I do put heat on my hair so often and my hair is still color treated, my hair is dyed black, I think it's just a great addition to my already existing hair routine. So yeah, I'm a fan. I am about to go get something to eat because I'm starving, and then I'm going to go to my hair appointment. I love you guys so much, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.
Can't help myself. How does it feel to know that I love you, baby? 'Cause you better tell me.